Welcome to Veteach channel. Now let us have the discussion leadership. So this is the another important area. Leadership is the one of the most important function of the management. Leading involves directing, influencing and motivating employees to perform. So particularly while we are dealing with the human beings, the human resources in the organization. So leadership is one such essential area which is going to have its importance with respect to leading involves directing, influencing, motivating the employees to perform as per the expected productivity level. So this is the leadership. So the definition that has been given by Peter Drucker, according to Peter Drucker, leadership is shifting of own vision to higher heights, the raising of man's performance to higher standards, the building of man's personality beyond its normal limitations. So this is the definition given by Peter Drucker. So this is shifting of own vision to higher heights, the raising of man's performance to higher standards, the building of man's personality beyond its normal limitations. So identifying about the inherent abilities of one such individual to lead him, to direct him and make him to involve in the work through which you are going to extract the best output from him. So this is the leadership. So under this particular leadership, we can call one that leads or guides will be called as a leader. One who is in charge or in command of others will be called as a leader. One who heads a political party or an organization called a leader. One who has influence or power, especially of a political nature. So such kind of characteristics any individual possess, we used to call him as a leader. That the leader is going to lead or guide the team. So he is in charge, in command of others, and he heads a political party or an organization, and he has influence of or power, especially of a political nature. So here the characteristics of a leadership is so empathy, consistency, honesty, direction, communication, need support from all and assume obligation. So these are the basic characteristics a person supposed to possess to establish himself as a leader. A true leader is one who is humble enough to admit their mistakes. So this is the another explanation or narration given for the word leadership. A true leader is one who is humble enough to admit their mistakes. So the best characteristic supposed to be possessed by a person who wants to become or who will be named as a leader is he should be having empathy, consistency, honesty, direction, communication, need support from all, means he is involving all the people into the action and ensuring that all their contribution is leading towards getting the end result, and he assumes the obligation. So here the difference between the manager and leader. So these are the two general words generally we used to come across in the discussion of leadership. One is the manager and another one is the leader. Let us see the fundamental difference between these two terminologies. Manager oversees the current process well, whereas leader wants to create the future. So the manager is going to focus only on the present state of the activity, whereas leader he visualizes and he creates the future for next level of improvement or development. Then manager must achieve balance, whereas he needs to make change. As he is visualizing about the upcoming challenges, so he will be going to create a feel to go for a change. Then he thinks for execution, whereas he thinks on idea generation. Then so manager is comfortable with control, whereas leader he welcomes risk. He is ready to face the challenges. He is ready to find the challenges and he wants to give a solution to these particular challenges by mitigating this particular risk. Then the manager, problems are just that and need resolution as soon as possible, whereas the leader sees problem as opportunities and he is patient. So all the times leader is seeking for the opportunities from the problems. Whatever the kind of problems or the threats that are emerging, all the times the leader is going to visualize about the future set of opportunities. From there he is going to create new environment with a feel of change. Then so manager he is a procedure king, whereas so leader substance comes the king. So always he works on the challenging issues, and manager instructs as to technique and process, whereas the best college professor. So leader all the times he acts as a professor who is going to guide or mentoring his student to meet the challenges in the real-time situation. So always a leader is supposed to be an individual who guides, who mentors and who sets the next set of direction for the career progression of the individual employee. And manager will be acting as an impersonal and remote, whereas high emotional intelligence. So these are the differences between the manager and the leader. So now the importance of the leadership is it initiates action, it creates motivation, providing the guidance, creating the confidence, coordination, effectiveness, effective planning, inspiration and motivation. So remember the difference between a boss and leader is a boss says go, whereas a leader says let's go. So always a boss says go, where he just instructs, whereas a leader says let us go. He is also going to take part the responsibility as well as accountability along with you to move forward. So here the leadership, it initiates the action and it motivates the individual and it provides the guidance and creates confidence. So as in the future course of time, whatever the kind of challenges that are going to come across or the risks that are going to come across, so always the leader will be with you. As this word says, leader says let us go, so he is also going to take up the responsibility in handling the job without leaving you alone. Then coordination, he ensures that there is 100% perfect coordination among all the members who are involved in the job. Then effective planning, always the leader is going to have a perfect understanding about the task that he is going to take up and the kind of the risk factors that are going to come across during the process of execution. Everything is visualized and he'll keep enough provision in his planning process to encounter such kind of situations. And inspiration and motivation, all the times he inspires and motivates the team who are continuing with him to execute the task. So here the role of a leader is, a leader's role is always to ensure his team achieves the task in hand, but an effective leader will also ensure they meet more acceptable requirements. Like suppose, so here if you see, the role of a leader is going to be, he acts as an advisor, he acts as a coach, he acts as a mentor, he will be acting as a role model and all the times he will be the leader. So here if you can observe it, the leader, it is given, so intelligent, honest, creative, confident, drive and courageous. These are the factors or the characteristics that are required for an individual to transform himself as a leader. So here he should have a strong focus and have the quality of integrity, good engagement with others, looking at the bigger picture, resourcefulness, organizational clout and effective communication. A good objective of leadership is to help those who are doing poorly to do well and to help those who are doing well to even better. So all the times he will be going to encourage the individuals, though there are some kind of thing in the terms of the performance of any of the team members. So he will motivate them, he will inspire them and he will make them to keep more amount of commitment, determination doing the job. So these are the important characteristics related to leadership. So here the managerial leadership influences the organization in the following ways. Leading affects morale, leading is key to effective communication and leading effectively contributes more to the bottom line. So all the times the person who is acting as a leader, so he will be going to ensure that all the members, irrespective of their level of hierarchy, whether they are in the bottom level or the middle level or above the level, so he will ensure that he will be giving a right set of direction with his visualized environment and with his inspiring and motivating directions. So he will ensure that all the people are going to contribute the development of the organization. So this is about the leadership. So here we understood about the basic definition related to the leadership, the qualities that are required for a person to become or transform himself as a leader. So with this, let us conclude it here. Thank you.